my time, and I've been cranking away at this thing. Finally, you know, was it last night about 10 o'clock, 10:30? I don't know. It was getting late. I was like, I was sad. Because I created this kind of cool animation thing where the scrolls open and close. And it's kind of cool. It's like when you switch between pages that have information on them, they open as a scroll. You can manipulate stuff on there, but it's kind of like it's an open and closing scroll. And I finally got it working-ish, and none of the buttons that were showing up on those screens would work, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out why. And I was like, AI was no help. I went through all the AIs. They all tried this and all tried that. None of them could tell me what was going on. They didn't know. They didn't know how to fix it. They didn't know how to tell me to fix it. They didn't have a clue. All of them. And I'm talking Claude, and I tried Copilot version of things and the web version of things and ChatGPT, and I tried Gemini, and of course, those are the three. Those are the three I pretty much tried. Claude, ChatGPT, and Gemini. And I tried them in different environments to see if maybe they had a different clue, different look. Nothing. None of them could figure it out. And none of my buttons would work. And I was like, but I kind of had another version of it sort of working the way I wanted. So I was like, what is different? And I'm like going through all the different things. And I had set this up with the help of AI. And AI had me put on a couple of things. It's like you need canvas group, canvas whatever. But it was refusing to work. And I says, well, my animated scroll prefab that I created to allow me to do this on multiple pages without having to redesign the whole thing every time I did it was set up so that it could display at different shapes and sizes and whatever I needed it to. But the one I had done before was not in a prefab. It was just kind of the first run. I'm like, this would be cool, but I don't want to have to do this every time. So I took all the code that would make this animation happen. I turned it into a prefab, and then I could just put stuff inside of it to fill the data area. And ultimately, what I ended up doing was creating the prefab, and then I stepped through every one of the objects and settings and components and go, all right, what's different? Turned out that canvas group was the problem. Okay, so you need a canvas group to do certain things, and I get that. Certain functionalities don't work without it, and I was dumping and getting rid of stuff that just wasn't necessary. I was like, why do I need this? It still functions without it. I don't need all this stuff. And I gotten rid of canvas group because it had a canvas renderer, and it's like, is that going to break everything? So I don't know what this does, but it, see if we get rid of it. So I got rid of it. Everything worked, but some of my things wouldn't display quite right. I was like, shoot, something's off. I said, what do I need to do here? I said, so something to do with this canvas group, right? Because everything was displaying, and now the buttons work, and I took it off. So I had put out a TikTok, a little 1 minute-y thing, where I had discovered that raycast, for me being a noob, I didn't know anything about raycast. I didn't know what they are, raycast target. And ultimately, you got to get rid of all of the objects that would interfere with raycast targeting. So you have to get rid of all the top ones in order for you to want to click the bottom one. Doesn't mean necessarily getting rid of the parent raycast targets, but it does mean getting rid of the any objects that are beneath it as a sibling, and getting rid of their raycast targets if they're going to be layered on top of it. And so I was like, okay, so it has something to do with this raycast targeting. I got things in the way, blah, blah, blah. Well, with canvas groups, it's the opposite. Apparently, if you got a canvas group with stuff in it, you have to turn on raycast targeting. So you have to have it on the group, or your raycast won't go through it, and none of your buttons will get hit. So that's what the problem was. And it has its own raycast targeting thing. You got the image, you got the other components. The canvas group has its own, and it says allow raycast, or or raycast target or whatever. And you gotta have that on if you want your buttons underneath it to work. And finally, I got that turned on, and everything worked. And I was like, oh, hallelujah! I got it. Thank you, Lord. You finally showed me the solution. And then I started plugging stuff in. And now, as you can see in my code here, if you can see it, yeah, I have all these blue things right here. These blue things are all my animation, my prefabs that I created. And so they're all in here, and I've been adding objects to them and slowly dumping the old ones once I get the new one working. So like I have this game, I can get rid of that one, the game plan panel, that can go away. And then the user account panel, I can get rid of that one now because that one can go away. I said slowly, but you can see I'm dumping all the old ones and turning into the new ones, the animated panels, and I'll show you what those look like shortly. If you've been around before, and it's kind of the first animated thing I put in my app, right? So I've been creating just general navigation buttons, things show up, things go away. But I thought it'd be cool if I'm using these scrolls as my pages because it's kind of a cool fantasy theme to have scrolls for my pages. So I decided not all pages have that. Like the simulation page is more like a game page, and it uses more of a standard gaming page layout. It doesn't use a scroll because it's not really information. It's more like a button panel. So it'd be kind of cool if I could figure out a way of the fantasy looking button panel, but for now, that's what I have. So okay, so my login expired, and so I need to re-log in. But as soon as I do that, I'll have a cookie, and then I'll have to do other stuff. And I want to get the login panel, which was the original working scroll, the original working open and closing scroll. But now I am moving away from that and trying to implement my scroll prefab that works fine. So I decided to kind of get that in place and get that working. Now, what that means is I got a couple of things that aren't fully plugged in. So I think I have all my animations. I think I have all my animation parts working. We're gonna find out here in a minute though. So I got my login panel. Let's see. Login. Playbook. Login. All right, what's it called? It's called Login Register Manager. Oh, there it is. Right under Login Register. Okay, so there we go. Let's close the other things. I don't think I need them right now. And then on the close, somewhere on here, close button, show login, hide login. Maybe it's the hide login. So I plug in my buttons. Set up buttons. There. Right. Remove all listeners, login button, register, backup. Back from login button. I guess that's the close button. Hey, I don't know why. Probably because I'm trying to figure out if I want this button. This button is kind of It doesn't feel good. It's just an X. Yeah, it's a icon and it's kind of got the same color theme as the other buttons, but I don't know. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like a game environment back button. I don't know. A lot of times closing like pop-up screens is really just about touching on another part of the screen. Or having just a navigation that lets you get out of it. Now, a login screen is a little bit different, right? It's a little bit of an exception. So, Hold on. I'm going through those way too fast. I'm going through my ghosts way too fast. I mean, I've got a half a box left. I probably don't need any until next week. Um, blah blah blah. All right, so I did, but I haven't picked it up yet. So maybe when you get home, we can go pick it up. It was a chalupa or something. Maybe you get home, we can order, and I'll go pick it up. Or maybe it was a gordita. I don't know. It was one of those. My wife was asking me if I got my Taco Bell deal. So I had to inform her. Okay, I'm really having some issues with the my with the graphics card. It's not that my graphics card isn't handling it. It's just that I'm using I'm I'm not I'm not using my what do you call it? I have NVIDIA Broadcast, I think it's called, and it works really good. Except when I have Unity open between OBS, NVIDIA Broadcast, and Unity, they take up almost 100% of my GPU. The three of them combined for. So if I'm not using Unity, I can use it. But if I am using Unity, it just adds too much load. OBS is like 30 some percent. NVIDIA Broadcast is 30 some percent. And then Unity is another 30, 40, 50%. And I end up just sitting there right around 80, 90%. And my GPU gets loaded down. And then you start seeing my frames per second go. So I've been trying to figure out how to improve that. I don't know. Using lower resolution, maybe I might put less of a load. I haven't figured it out yet. But anyway, so you see I have my on click events here. I need to go fix my, let's see, add listener handle back button. Let's go here. Then we're going to hide login panel, which is easy enough. And then, but I got handle back button, which is hide login panel, which is another thing. Why do I have to do? Is this because it's being called in two different places? Probably. Right. But this one's going to have to be. I don't want to use scroll animator because that's nonsense now. I mean, it doesn't exist on this anymore. But we do need to wait. Oh, how does that work? I don't know how that works. Do I have to go to the the parent? Who owns the oh, I think I probably have to get the parent's animator just like I did. Just like I do in the navigation buttons. Navigation button manager. Here. Well, I do close. Got a navigation button, so I do panel, perform, hide, nope, switch. So menu, show, playbook. Show, hide, okay. Hide, and then we go down here, and we have to go to the account panel component. So this is the parent panel. So the question is, does my login panel reference itself? It needs to reference the oh, it does. Oh wait, no. Oh, is that what that is? Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess I do have to put this in. I wasn't sure I was going to need that, but all right, I do. So we'll put that in, and then we'll go. Then that should probably work, actually. Just the way it is, actually. Well, no, because it's a different call. It's a different call. Never mind. All right, so we'll go back here. But roll panel animator, and then much in the same way that this does it, we're going to go get component. We'll do this thing. That is this. Nope. Oh, it is cool. Why? Oh, it's small s. Maybe that was the bottom, but I thought it was at the bottom, but apparently it is not. I've been going through a lot of this code and cleaning it up because, you know, now that I'm starting to get a feel for the flow, I've been overwriting a lot of what AI's been doing. It's been getting on my nerves. So it's like, okay, enough's enough of that crap. Right, so this has to be that has to be and then we have to go back here, go find what it's being called. Something about that. Why? Wait, do I not need to do that? Nope, I do. Never remember how far deep I have to do that. You don't have to do it for all of them, but there's something. Not liking what I did. It does say it has to be async. Okay. Like that. Back button. Oh, it is. I feel like I got a lot of stuff happening. Also, we do hide login button. I think it's probably after the login. Public method to reset to login mode from external call. Method check if user is logged in. This has to be wait. Async. Hopefully we did it. So now that should close my panel. And what else do I need it to do? I'm back to title screen invoke. Yeah. Now, okay, I have a slight flaw in my code because I was sick of the way it was putting a bunch of crap in my title screen had like 500 lines of code. When I was done cleaning it to make it just function the basic stuff it needed, I had it down to about 50 lines of code. And I was like, okay, the only thing that needs to be done now is to have these events wired so that it can re-trigger itself. That's all I need. I just need it to re-trigger itself. So to be notified when like a login occurs, and then it can go ahead and do its thing. So it's going to hide the login panel, invoke this back to title screen or whatever the heck it needs to do, and then the title screen will try to do its thing again. It's really all I need. I just need it to try and check the login. If everything's good, then act the same. Go about your business. That's the ultimate goal there. So I'm gonna go ahead. Oops, I got a flaw. What do we do? Handle. Oops, wait. That's wrong. Return type. Add listener. So yeah, I think I can change this. Awaitable. See here. Love it. No, this. Oh, wait. Is it gonna work? Sure. Okay, it did. That's a. I would not have guessed that. That is a weird. I don't know if I like that, but the lambda stuff kind of throws me off. But let's see if it works. Attach the code. Now I could just see if my screen closes. It's really all I want, and then I'll check to see if my login and stuff works. I really need to. I didn't update my stream information for this week. I apologize for today. Um, I just wanted to get on and kind of give an update for how things are going on this day. Hey, I hit the big 170. I don't know. It's not even close. I'm probably like 175 or 180 or 165. I don't know. I think the numbers are at minimum correct, but I know I've worked a lot of days where I'm not streaming and I don't always keep track. Okay, let's run this puppy. Make this look bigger. So you can see what I'm going to test here as soon as it loads up. So I'm going to be going back to non-visual stuff. Going to be working on the back end again. I got to get that end to end going. All right. So I'm going to be heading out in a few days to go camping for a couple days, and then I'm not going to get much work done camping. And then I got to come back and I get to work for 4 days, actually 3 days, 3.5 days, before I'm leaving again. And I'll probably get some work done during this next trip, but it'll be sporadic, and I don't know if I'll be streaming at all. So we'll see. There might be a few days here and there, a few hours here and there, but I don't know that I'll be able to stream. And if I do, I'll be working on my I'll be working on my Surface Pro. So you know how that's probably going to go. I won't be able to do any Unity really. I mean, I could use Unity, but then if I do Unity and OBS on my Surface Pro, it'll probably explode into flames. I'm on my Surface Pro now, but all of the graphic stuff is going fed out to my external graphics card, except for the display of the game I'm running here. But that's not Unity's main engine. Okay, so there you go. There's my scroll. See, woohoo! Now, if I close this, yay, it's working. It's so cool. But I got a bug. I forgot to have it put my button back if I'm not logged in. So I got to make it call back to the title screen so the title screen can make the start button active again. Because right now, I didn't log in, so now it doesn't, there's nothing turning. I could cheat and go turn on a button over here, but I don't want to do that. So let's bring this back over here. You know, I don't fully know how to hook up the events, so I'm gonna have to have AI help me. I haven't learned that. I saw that it was doing it earlier with other things, but I'm gonna need some assistance from the AI here because I haven't mastered the event hookups, which I totally destroyed because it kept doing a bunch of other stuff. And I need to be very explicit on. Excuse me, I knew I was gonna hiccup. It felt like a hiccup coming. You know, when those hiccup, and then it's also kind of a burp, which is a lot less, but it's just kind of. It's really not even a burp. It's just like a hiccup that feels like a burp because it comes from like the chest and it's just weird. You know what I'm talking about. If you've ever had a hiccup, you know what I'm talking about. If you've never had one, then you're like, what the heck is this guy jabbering on about? What is a hiccup? Or a burkup? A, a burp up? I don't know. I think hiccup sounds better. So it's kind of interesting. Well, I mean, I think it's interesting. I have a high tolerance for caffeine, but I know a lot of people, a lot of my kids, my adult kids, they can't handle caffeine at all, like at all. Like they want zero of it. I'm like, really? Now my daughter, she likes coffee and she'll have caffeine, but she only very little. She likes decaf. Like my wife, they all got my wife's decaf thing, where she can't handle caffeine and they don't like it. They can't handle it either. I don't know if it keeps them up. It's like one of my sons doesn't keep him up, but he crashes from it. I don't know if that's caffeine though. To be honest, I think it's something else. It could be, but I don't know. It depends on where he's getting his caffeine. If you're getting it from pop, it could just be the sugar crash you're getting, but that's different. Um, but anyway, I have a really high tolerance for caffeine. like my pre-workout in the morning, 6 days a week, has 200 to 250 milligrams of caffeine. And I go work out for an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever I do. And then like today I didn't work out that long. I've actually been scattering my workouts throughout the day. Like the other day I worked out all day long because I didn't work out all day long. I was going back and forth between get something done, work with AI, go do some more pull-ups and this, that, or the other thing. And then I'd come back and work on the next thing. And then I'd go do this while I was loading because, compile times. And I would just try to fill all the gaps with some extra 20 or 30 pull-ups. And I think I do like 150 pull-ups and a whole bunch of, what do you call it, chest dips, which are like dips, except you lean way far forward and get more chest in there as well as the triceps. But anyway, I'm just saying, I get a lot of caffeine in first thing in the morning. And then usually around 11, 12, I'm like, I think I can go for a ghost. I don't do a ghost every day though. I try not to because I get them at Costco. They're a little cheaper, but still, they're more expensive than a lot of drinks. So I try to keep it within reason. But that's another 200 milligrams of caffeine. And then some days, like at least 2 days a week, sometimes 3, I'll also drink a Kickstarter, which is another 90 grams. So that's like 490 grams of caffeine, which, by the way, you do not want to do all at once. But I drink slowly. Like I have my Ghost here, and it'll take me like 2-3 hours because it's mixed with my protein drink, and it'll take me several hours just to drink through it. And I don't drink Ghost within 5-6 hours of my morning pre-workout, which I take like at 5:30, 6 o'clock, 7 in the morning. And then it's like at least 5 to 6 hours before I'm taking it again. And I worked out, which burned a lot of the energy that comes from caffeine. And no, I don't get jittery. In fact, if I can keep it at least 3 to 4 hours away from my sleep time, I no problem sleeping. I try not to take, like sometimes if it's my kickstart, I will drink a little bit going into the evening session of a Friday night or something. But even then, I'm usually long done with it by the time I go to bed, and I'm usually out like a light. I think that has a lot to do with exercising in the morning and also trying to keep myself busy with other stuff. Like lately, we've been playing a lot of pickleball and activities, which kind of burns up energy too. And according to my watch, my body battery is consistently pretty low. Like right now, it's down to 26. It started at 70, so I knocked off about 50 of somehow my body battery went up though. It went from 25 to 26. I don't know how I did that, but I don't know how your body battery goes up in the daytime. Now I know the newer watches, the newer Garmin's they can sense when you take a nap. I don't know that my 10-minute power naps are going to have much of an effect, but they can sense it, and it'll recharge your battery. But for me, a 10-minute power nap is like, you might as well, it's like having a bolt of caffeine. It's more like having a bolt of electricity shot into your head. I mean, you really do just wake up. It's just, do it, man. Power naps. 10-minute power naps, 20 minutes. I tell people, but they never listen. They're like, if I fall asleep, I won't be able to get up. Just relax your brain. When you're really sleepy, do this when you're sleepy. Like you're feeling that grog that you're trying to fight off during work. Go out to your car, go into a break room, put your eyes down, head down, and just let yourself doze off. You don't have to go into a full-on nap. Doze off. When you doze off, and just let yourself, set your watch timer for 10 minutes, 15 if you can. It may not even matter. You'll wake up after a few minutes, or sometimes you won't fall asleep for a couple minutes, and then you'll fall asleep and you'll wake up again in 5, 10, 15 minutes. And it's a little hard to kind of get yourself moving again, but when you do, your brain is good. You just rebooted. You'll thank me, man. If you don't do power naps, you got to do it. It's just you'll be good to go for hours, unless you're one of those people who don't sleep at night, like you only sleep like 3 or 4 hours a night. You're going to need a lot of power naps. I don't know if power naps will do it. You may need 2 or 3 or 4 to really get you through a day, but I've done 2 when I don't get enough sleep, but usually 1's more than enough. I get it out of me in the middle of the day, and off I go. Anyway, It's a whole nother point. Okay, so we got to that. Let's go ahead and get my. Let's go talk to ChatGPT here. My sister-in-law is in the hospital having a baby. Not nothing bad. I mean, hopefully nothing bad. So it's they're sending updates, letting us know how things are going. You know, I don't know where that chat's coming from. Oh, there it is, embedded chat. I was trying to figure out where that's coming from. I like to have that on so people know, what my response time to their chats, because I see chats immediately and I respond usually pretty close. But because of the delays that come with Twitch and YouTube and whatever, sometimes it can take 2 minutes or so for you to actually hear my talks. Just letting you know. So if you see your chat come up on my screen, then that's where I'm at in what you're seeing. So if I don't respond and you see it pop up on the screen there, then you know that maybe I'm not paying attention. Sorry about that. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I was gonna try to get my button on. I want to use. Try this one. No, I don't want that one. That's the one that's running all my services. Go. And then I have a bunch of instances of stuff going on. I have another project I'm working on, or I've been trying to prep. It's kind of a vibe coding thing, but it's not just vibe coding. I actually created it and actually was building it manually, but I thought I'd get AI involved in helping me to complete it. I'll do that kind of on the side as we go, but kind of like I did with the ClickUp link and the little subscriber YouTube. Why is my YouTube? Oh, that's not showing. Why not? Oh, I don't have it open. No, my little subscriber counter, goal counter. Nobody's. By the way, people, back me up, man. Back me up. I need you to start subscribing. Push those numbers, man. I slow going, but we need to get those numbers going. It's been less than fantastical, my pace at which I'm gaining people here. Come on. I'm not that boring, am I? I mean, I guess I have my moments, but I can't be. I mean, I've seen some pretty boring coders out there. I think you could do a lot worse than following me and being Now, granted, I probably am not as expert as they are, but I'm doing something kind of cool. Of course, it's not all visual, but still. Uh, Follow me, and then you can get you follow, or even better yet, you back me in some way. There's a lot of ways to do that. I got the Kickstarter running right now. I think my Indiegogo is coming to an end, and I keep launching these things, and I've gotten zero, but there's always a chance. So every time somebody comes along and goes, "Hey man, what stage are you in? I want to back you up." That's your chance. You can also back me up on KoFi. I have KoFi if you want to pitch in a little bit. There's a lot of things I need to get to make this go a little bit quicker. Maybe I would like to get Claude Code. I've heard it's pretty good. It's kind of the one I'm leaning towards. Um, as far as being a backup to my second option. I have Copilot, which works and it's decent, but I want to try Claude Code because I think it's pretty good. Unfortunately, there's not really good testing. I tried Gemini's CLI. it's okay, and I'll probably keep using it for free every now and then because you have to kind of move around a little, or I'll use up all of my things. It is kind of cool though. I don't know if you've seen this, but what do you call it? Copilot has added a feature. At least it was here. Where'd it go? Instructions, toolsets, modes. Well, there was a thing on here that actually would pop up and tell you how much you've used. It was really cool. No, I've lost it. View default, open chat and editor. Isn't that what that is? That's my chat and editor. Configure code completions, manage Copilot. Maybe that's the one. Nope. It just takes you to GitHub. Open chat, editor. Huh. Well, okay, there was a cool little thing that popped up and it would actually show you your usages on yeah, I guess it's gone. Chat with extension? What is that? Oh. Oh, is that what that is? Chat, use commands, attach context. Yeah, well, okay, so there was a cool thing. They had a cool thing. I don't know if it was a dummy thing, a test thing. Maybe it was, that's what it was. But it apparently has gone away. It was a cool little thing. It told you how many premium usage you had. I had a little bar and would tell you it was slick. I thought it was cool. I thought it was a new feature they added, but apparently not. It's a dreamscape. I don't know. It's sense. Maybe if I go to agent mode. No. Prompt files, instructions. Yeah, it was all here, but I don't know. It vanished. They must have been trying it out and decided, yeah, no, that's giving too much information to people. We're not gonna help them out that much. That's silly talk. Because it's kind of a pain to go through GitHub and try to see where your stuff was, and that was just like such a cool little feature. I guess they decided it was being too nice or something. Is it in here? I'm gonna get a Copilot walkthrough, manage Copilot subscription. Oh, Copilot consumptions. Check that out. There it is. It's in Visual Studio. So I'm at 67%, and it's only halfway through the year. So I've got, or not through the year, through the month. So I've got to get another 16 days in, or I'm going to run out. So I got to kind of watch my step here a little bit. And it's premium requests. I don't know exactly how. I don't know what requests are not premium requests. I think it's just the ones that aren't included. Like if I was to use ChatGPT, but everything else is a premium request, I think. And, but so there you go. So if you have Visual Studio, you can look at this and it'll kind of tell you how you're doing if you're worried about it. But apparently it doesn't exist in Visual Studio Code, so keep that in mind. Maybe I'll put that out somewhere. Because it might be worth it just to open your Visual Studio just to have that, just to have that counter, because apparently it only exists in Visual Studio. Now maybe it exists in Visual Studio Code somewhere, but I don't know where. So if someone else knows, by all means, let me know. All right, so let's go ahead and see if I can get this to help me. Mm. I'm a little concerned. Let's go to ask. I've been kind of asking lately because I don't want it breaking my code. I'm too busy cleaning things up lately, and I'm tired of cleaning up after AI. Hey, Karama, how you doing, man? What is the latest with you? Oh, weird. Did you? Okay, that's weird. What does this say here? Oh, okay. It says the chat's ready to display messages, but when it was tiny, I couldn't read it. I thought you typed something. It's like, wait, what is going on? How come there's text here, not in my actual chat window? So anyway, N dash N and greater than less than, man. To you too. Let's see. The issue I'm having, I need to go to my login register panel. Oh, wrong one. Oh, I guess that's going to show up here anyway because it's the wrong one. Let's go. So login register panel. Away. Login register panel. And then I think it's my title screen manager I need to plug in. All right, let's go. I don't know what the difference is. I think I heard Codebase is a better option than using at Workspace. Hey, Karama, did you see me just show the little tip on Copilot? If you use Copilot, I haven't seen Nintendo in a while. Nintendo, whatever his name is, Nintendo 504 or 545 something. But I know he uses Copilot, or does he? Well, he uses a lot of them. Honestly, I don't know what he uses anymore. I think he used to use Copilot. And so if I saw him, I would let him know. He might already know. But if you use Visual Studio Code, there's not a good way to know how many premium requests you've made. You just go until it tells you you're done. And then you're just like, okay, I guess I'm done. I got to go find some other AI thing. But now I accidentally stumbled upon Visual Studio 2022 has a consumption meter that you can actually go look at, and it'll tell you how many you've used, and you can just click that button and you'll know how far you are. I'm 67% right now, and I'm about to go to 67 point something. Anyway, Codebase. I need to hook up the events login panel. I think it's actually the login register manager. Login register manager. In the screen, so that when you log in, uh, triggers event. In this case, it is the nope, I don't. Such as the back to the title screen. I don't even know if I need on login successful. What is this one doing? Handle login. Success. Invoke. Because really all I want it to do is do its own check, see if it's logged in, and then go. And then just do what it does. Just look at all this clutter. It puts so many. Ugh. And it puts a lot of logins that just say, I'm gonna log in. I am logging in. It's in the process of logging in, and we're logged in. It's like, oh, God. Stop it. I'm getting hundreds of logins or debug messages, and I'm just got to turn all that off. I'm going to be building shortly, probably in the next couple weeks. I'm going to be building in a login function that all of my debugging and all my login goes through, and then instead of calling debug log or any of them, I'll have them all going through, and what it'll do is it'll have a function that tells me whether or not I want to log it to the database. See, I need to start having the ability to log errors, because if an error occurs for a person out in the middle of whenever, I need to have it show me what, the username, if we have that information, what page they're on, and what the error was, and to have kind of a tracking that kind of tells me what was going on right before it happened. And so it's kind of like an action log, and it's a lot, but if I can keep it going, and I'll probably just have it purging itself constantly. But the idea is that when certain things happen, I'll have X amount of steps occurred in logging, and then I can go, oh, okay, well, it went through this, and then this blew up, and I can kind of go, all right, so at least I know if nothing else, I can kind of find the call stack as to how it got from point A to point B. And you can't really capture a call stack. I mean, you can, but it would be annoying, right? Because you're going to get all this clutter, what I call clutter. That's like you're going to get all the service documents, all of the built-in DLLs, all the XEs, all the stuff that's just system crap that you go through to get from point A to point B. I don't want that stuff. I just want my stuff. I want to know when this function called that function, these things all ran through, and then we got here. And then I'm like, okay, well, at least now I know how we're getting there. And so when people can say, hey, this happened to me, I can go, oh, okay, well, let me go check my logs and see what you were doing and how we got to this error. And hopefully it gave an error and it logs an error. But I have to build in a more robust error logging system. Right now I'm using just debug crap or just throwing stuff in the console, which is of no use to me once I start deploying this thing, right? Guys, I'm not going to see a console. There's no console for me to look at. I need to start throwing stuff into the database. Now, I don't need tracing stuff, well, generally, but I do need to know errors and that kind of thing, and then having some tracing so I know what's going on. That is so good. So says me. All right, let's go ahead. I need login page triggers an event. Hold on. I got a call. Hello. But just a minute. I mean, I saw some of your messages. I just. Oh, you mean at Talk About? Okay, yeah, I could do that. Let's see. Which did you text me? Let's see. Wait, you don't want the Mexican pizza one? Oh, I see what you're saying. Get the combo if I want the pizza. I get it. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I will put the order in now. Dr. Pepper? Okay. All right, sounds good. I'll put that in now. Oh, that's right. And I keep forgetting. I need to put that thing in your car now. All right, sounds good. Love you too. Bye. Got to do a quick order. Hold on. I got to do my Taco Bell order. It's I got the I'm in the Taco Bell. What do you call it? Club. Whatever you want to call it. Is that what it's called? The club. Um, where every Tuesday they do this drop thing, and you can get it for like you get something for like $1. And so let's see, what is today? The 15th? Today I got me a chalupa. Chalupa. But and then let's see. Hold on, gotta go find one more thing here. We're gonna do this one and then this one. This one here. Go to choose this thing. That's fine. Hold on, almost there, almost there. Yep. Good, good, good. That's pretty sure. Bag, almost done, almost done. I'm sorry, I know it's just a second. We're almost done, and we will go here. And then I have to take out this. Don't like that sour cream stuff, man. That's not good. Chicken in. My wife got kind of an expensive combo, man. Like, what is that? All right, well, I mean, I say $5 on my thing, but her thing was kind of expensive. Still ended up being $60. Oh well, we're good. All right. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, I'm trying to get this thing plugged in, and I was trying to get AI to help me do that. And I probably should have finished the command on let AI get to work on that while I was. Speakers kind of wig out sometimes. All right. Okay, triggers an event such as back to title screen. Check. Check. Login status and read display start button or the navigation. Oh. Okay, so I'm doing the ask because I've been spending so much time cleaning up code that AI's been writing that I just am trying to take control again. It's the thing you do a new thing, and AI is, I won't say it's just verbose, but it's verbose. It just it writes so much crap. Oh my gosh. okay, here's the thing that AI does, which I don't know. Some people probably think it's great, but I think it's annoying as heck. AI will check for the existence of an object at every place in the code that it uses the object. So let's say, for example, I have a screen open up that's got 5 buttons on it. And it'll check for it at startup. It'll check for it when it executes. It'll check for it at every place where a function for that button is called. It'll just go, does the button exist? Does the button exist? Does the button exist? Dude, if it existed when this form loaded, it exists when it's being used. Stop writing code. And then on top of it, it doesn't even handle, a lot of times, it doesn't even handle the non-exist state. So it goes, if it doesn't exist, we'll just skip. Oh, God. It's just lines and lines and lines of all this crap code. And it does that all the time. And I don't know, some people are probably like, dude, but that's very good coding. It's very safe. No, it is not safe, because then if your code doesn't have the thing at some point, which I don't see how it's not even possible it's going to happen, but if it doesn't, it just silently doesn't do anything. So of course, yeah, your thing doesn't blow up. It's gracefully doing nothing, but you're like, what is this button? I click on it, nothing happens. Is it supposed to do something? Is it just like writing to grandma in the background? What's it doing? I don't know. I know I'm probably just complaining about something that everybody thinks is a good thing, but I think it's terrible. I am I like clean code, and I cannot lie. Clean to me is not necessarily great. Clean to me is succinct. It does its job. It's easy to walk through because it just does it in as little steps as possible. AI will oftentimes create functions for everything. Now, what I mean by little steps is like, a function should rarely, if ever, have one line. Because really all you're doing is calling that function to call that one line. So you're not saving anything. It's one line call to call one line. Why don't you just call the one line? Unless there's something about that piece of code that you need to, like, I don't know. I don't even know why you would want to do that. But there are times when AI is, the only difference is, the only reason it looks like something when AI does it, because it's calling one line. The other lines are checking to see if the object exists. If it doesn't exist, put an error. If it does, we want to throw in an extra line that says, hey, we're calling this function. And if it doesn't exist, we're saying, hey, this object doesn't exist, or the function failed, or so it puts like 6 or 7 other lines with it, but there's only one line of actual action happening. So if you put that in the places and then you just put an error handler at the place it needs to be, problem solved. You don't need to write 7 other a function to call, one line that has 7 lines of extra crap in it. And this is why AI creates a bunch of bloat. It doesn't know how to write efficient, succinct code. Honestly, I gotta be honest, I couldn't get by without the AI on this stuff, because I don't know all of the functions and key elements, but I can tell what the code's doing once it's been written. So I can go in there and go, okay, well, obviously I can see you're trying to do this and this and this, but here, this is stupid. They start erasing all this code and rewriting it and refactoring. And like I said, today I just refactored an entire function that had like at least 300 lines of code down to like 50. And it's so much cleaner, so much better. I basically just deleted everything until I got it down to what I wanted. Because it's like, again, you're like looking at it going, why does it need to have all this code? See, look, I asked it to hook up my, maybe it's writing the entire function here. I mean, it might be writing the entire class, but I don't know why it would be doing that. Looking at your code, I can see that you need to properly connect the login register manager events, title manager based on the code base. I can see that there's already some event handling in place, but let me provide you with a clean implementation. Clean. Does AI know what clean is to ensure the events are properly hooked up? Here's how to modify your title screen. Okay, so see, it's going to look for this login register manager. And then look, next call. Let's look for the login register manager. Let's go down here. Oh, let's look for the login register manager. Oh, let's look for login register manager. Let's look for the title screen and the navigation buttons and the continue. And it's like all this stuff. I just look. All right, so we're going to go over the title screen manager right here, right at the top. Does this stuff exist? Error. Title screen, blah, blah, blah. These things need to exist. Now, basically, you need to hook them up. You need to put them in the inspector and make sure the objects exist. Okay, so title screen, start button, login button. That's all there is. That's all it needs. It checks. If they're not there, we error. We tell the user, connect this stuff because it ain't going to work. At that point, all these extra checks are done. Why does it still calling this continue button? It's like, I don't even have continue button. At what point? Oh yeah, none of my code doesn't even say continue button. It's like it put in a bunch of, I took all that code out. Right, I think it needs to reconsider. What is it looking at? What's that considering? Is follow. Renaming my buttons. Where title manager. Continue button. This. Dude, doing this stuff. It wants to go back and rewrite your code based on what you used to have. And I'm like, how is it? It's saved. Everything here is saved. So what is it seeing that? How is it still seeing old code? I don't. Is it like? I don't know what it's doing. Looking at your actual code, I can see start button continue, not a continue button. I apologize for you. See, I don't know. I don't know. I even cleared the screen, so it wasn't like using previous text, I don't think, but I don't know. It's like it needs to re-index what it's looking at. When you ask it to do something, it should look at what you have. It's really irritating. This is why you have to use ask and not agent, because it'll try to rewrite crap in. I've done that before. Use agent and ask it for something, and it rewrites in a bunch of code I got rid of. And I'm like, where is all this stuff coming from? I got rid of all this garbage. Still really long. I mean, look at all this. I have 91 lines of code, and 92 if you count this last bracket. But look at all the stuff they put in here. Make sure to destroy. How long is this? Show title screen. All right, so my show title screen should be this. Hide other panels, logged in, navigation. I don't want any extra stuff. Just do what the request said, you know. It's always trying to, here, let me do this for you. Let me re-optimize that for you. Let me know. Just do what I asked. Don't do anything extra. I'll be right back. Technology gun. Hey, mate. Uh, you're welcome to join my Discord. Got it right there in my chat if you're interested. So just go to the bottom of my description there. You're welcome to join. You don't have to add. There's no block. But if you're trying to sell me something, know this: I've been unemployed for over a year. I have no money for buying anything. So I'm not going to be buying any services or buying any help with getting my stream improved. I have a lot of people come by. They go, oh, I love your stream, man. Hey, can I help you fix it? It's like, you must not love it that much. It needs fixing. I mean, it probably does need fixing, but I'm not doing that. So zero, zilch, not even a tiny bit, not a dollar, not $10, nada. I'm struggling as it is to get money raised, so just to keep this project going. So yeah, there's not buying nothing. But hey, if you want to just come by my Discord, say hi, communicate, talk about the game that I'm developing, man, all for it, man. Join up. Anyway, where was I? Let's see if I can get this going. Let's see if it did anything better, or is it still 1,000 lines? Oh, it's way better. It did a lot less. It actually stayed on task. Right. So much better. Okay, so we got to go to the start. Let's see what it did on the start. Let's see, start. So we're doing our test for objects. Show title screen, set up buttons. And the only thing it did here is set up login register manager events. That's good. One little extra thing for that one. Nice. And then we got the setup login. My daughter's waiting for a delivery, so I'm kind of trying to make sure that I'm ready. You have to sign for it, so I need to be ready for it. Anyway, Oh, I may have to go help get groceries here in just a minute. I don't think it shouldn't be that much because she's already gone to Costco this week. So, set up login. Okay, so this is new. That's new. That's new. Okay, so these are all new. So I can probably just drop those in. All right, so show title screen, show title screen. And then show title screen is my command that actually goes there. Doesn't, is logged in. Perfect. It's exactly what I want. Yeah. Okay. See, keep it clean. Get the AI to stay on topic, and you might be able to get through this without doing too much damage to your code. Right, so let's go back and open this up and see if we can. It's working. What's today's Tuesday? I got one and mostly one day left to work this week. Oh god. But if I can get this working, I'll have a really kind of cool navigation system going. I'll have most of my all of my pages mostly loading, and then we'll be off and running. Go get the other parts done. My big goal, my big thing is before the end of August. I would like to. It's kind of looking towards the end of September at this point, but I want to get my first end to end going. But that's going to require me to really get my act together for the few weeks that I'm around for the next few weeks. Not too bad. It's moving. It's just even with these long days have been helping, but it's also kind of tiring. I'm sleepy in the morning. So cool. All right, come start. Didn't log in. Perfect. Okay, so we'll go here. Let's go. I gotta go find my password because I don't know what it is. And we'll see what's currently available here. Here. I'm pretty sure this user already exists, so I shouldn't have to create the account. Build log? Okay. Well, it didn't blow up, but I don't know that it logged in. It didn't give me an error. Oh, it did log in. It just didn't close. Okay, well, one thing at a time. Okay, so we are logged in. I hope. Oh, maybe not. What does it say? Unassigned reference to the variable full scroll panel or scroll panel animator has not been assigned. Really? Assigned a variable full scroll panel or scroll panel animator has not been assigned. All right, well, I gotta take a break. It's dinner time. So until next time, now that you've seen this